Okay, are we going to be in a system where we don't produce intelligent, informed adult? What does voting look like in the future?
Mm-hmm.
If you can't read and you lack comprehension, how are you going to make sense of who you pick to run the future of your country? I think this is highlighting and is a part of a major big issue, which is I think America is going through a reckoning. America that you knew before is not the America now. Yesterday's price is not today's price. Okay, bless Fat Joe the Prophet with that one. Okay, he knew we need to an entire wake up call with AI coming out, children not being able to read, inflation, families more oppressed. Okay, companies every day are looking ways to cut costs. So I'm a CPA. I know the first thing that gets cut when a company is going through something are the workforce, because salaries and overhead are the biggest expenses. Way everything looking right now, it looks like we're one like stone throw away from like universal income, because it's
Mm-hmm.
just like the perfect storm. Now, even with open up of immigration and that topic, and I know that can be a hot topic, but what that does is most of the immigrants come in and take the jobs either that are highly skilled or most people don't want to do, or to have a cheap workforce. So the average American child, what does their future look like between immigration, between AI, between not being able to read, between there, that's going to be a frustrated individual. You can't read and write properly because you're struggling with literacy rates, and shame on these schools for pushing these kids through, right? I think that we have become soft. That's why we are lagging. We are lagging behind third world countries.
We are.
Third world countries. I grew up in Jamaica. I'm an immigrant. I came to this country. I remember what it was like going to school there. We had less resources, no AC, all up in a bench, right? Only to come here and have everything and they do half as work. Now, I'm not blaming anybody, right? But the idea that the government is having a safety net that cares about us is a false reality. The government is concerned with other things. The federal government doesn't even fund education as much as it should, because most of that funding comes from state and local government. So I would like to hear your thoughts on this, ladies, because I just went into like the future, but I just feel like it's the perfect storm happening right now.
It definitely is. It is a storm that's brewing, and the only thing is going to leave a path of destruction in its way. And I really think, in order for us to grab a hold of it, I think at some point we need to go back to what we were doing. We're talking slave years, after slavery, even in the 60s and some 70s, is we need to start homeschooling. Keep your kids at home and do some homeschooling. I have a friend who was an educator. He was a teacher. He worked in a high school. He just retired. He homeschooled his son. His wife got her education. I think she graduated from Seton Hall. And they decided there would be a one income home. And she was an at home mom. And their son was homeschooled. This young man has just graduated college and has his own business, just bought a house, and just decided he was going to get a car. We need to start taking control. We cannot rely on our governments to do anything. If we can't rely on our governments to give supplement in food stamps or help with other resources such as childcare, how can we expect them to help us with education, which would actually create resources and wealth for us? Why would they do that? No, it goes back to what you said. They want to control. This is how you control the masses. They can't communicate. They can't talk. They can't think. It's like a really a big 360 heading back to slavery, because you'll be a slave to those. If you can't communicate, then you need somebody to do it for you and be told what to do. So it's really going backwards to slavery is what it's doing.
Well, I'm going to take it one step further. I'm sorry, I don't think the storm is brewing, y'all. We are in the tsunami. We're already in it. But the way of the world right now, and I know I'm going to put my toe a little bit in politics because it is tied into this. the GOP has been silently playing chess while we've been playing checkers. And
Yeah.
they're putting things into place to keep our communities the way that they want, not just our communities, and all communities that they don't feel serve them. Just simply look at the plan that they're planning for us in Project 2025. Education is included in that. You're either in it or you're out. They're making it a bigger deal to be the have and the have not. There is no middle anymore. The storm is not brewing, y'all. We in it. So it is up to us to calm the eye of the storm and take control of our communities. Let's not forget, we know how to do this.